Hey, what's up, guys? I want to just go ahead and give my opinion on the Republican presidential debate that took place last night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. By the way, the Republicans choosing Milwaukee, Wisconsin as the first place to hold their debate was a very smart and strategic move. The main reason why is because we got to remember Trump lost to Biden in 2020, but he only lost because of 3 states. He lost because he failed to win Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin. Had he just won those 3 states, he absolutely positively would have won the presidential election. I completely understand why the Republicans are doing what they're doing in terms of that. Now, in regards to the actual debate, very interesting analysis I have here. First, I'm going to start off with Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump not attending the debate was absolutely 100% a mistake. I think that Trump should have attended the debate. I think that Trump is a great debater. I think he's charismatic. I think he's a good speaker. And I think he would have absolutely dominated that stage had he went there. You know what I mean? Now, the problem with him not going is even though he's favored to win by a lot, so people are like, well, there's no point in him going there because he's favored to win by a lot. None of them are going to catch him. But I think the one problem that happened is had he went to the debate, he probably would have made it so that a lot of the candidates would not rise in the poll numbers because he attended. But because he didn't attend, he gave somebody else to kind of take that stardom, and we kind of saw it happen. I thought Nikki Haley did a great job in the debate. I thought that Vivek Ramaswamy did a great job in the debate, and we immediately saw that right after the debate, Vivek Ramaswamy's numbers kind of rose. So I just think that Donald Trump probably would have been better off attending that debate. And also, just from a presidential candidate perspective, I think that when you're running for president, just from a moral perspective, you should participate in the debates. The American people should hear you go up against the other candidates and you all debate the different issues and what you would do and what you wouldn't do and why this person's terrible and all those different things. I think that is extremely important. And I think it's a terrible strategy from both sides because it looks like on the Democratic side, Biden probably isn't going to really attend the debates anyway. And I mean, Biden's situation is a little different. There's only 2 candidates running. The Democrats have rigged the presidential election on the Democratic side so hard that basically anybody who would even have a chance of beating Biden, they basically said, shut up, sit down, wait your turn. Biden's our guy. That's literally what happened. So the only 2 people that are running are basically the 2 outsiders. Marianne Williamson, who from what I understand has no political experience, and RFK, who also has no political experience, even though he comes from a political family. Besides that, I think one of Nikki Haley's star moments was when she went after Vivek Ramaswamy for the whole foreign policy thing. I don't know if you guys saw that part, but I did. She kind of schooled him on that and talked about the importance of the Ukraine and Russia relations and how that impacts China and Russia and the United States relationship with China. I thought that was very interesting. She basically told Vivek, like, hey, you know nothing about foreign policy, and it shows. And to be honest with you, I think she was right. And then also we got to see that Mike Pence was obviously jealous of Vivek. Every single chance Mike Pence got, he attacked Vivek. He even called him a rookie at one point, which was pretty funny. And then Vivek himself obviously was the absolute star of the debate. He was the most well-spoken. He was very sharp. He went after some people. He defended himself pretty well. The only one thing that he did bad was when he just came out and said climate change was not real. And the problem with that is literally like 5 months ago, he came out and basically, took a different position. He basically didn't think that climate change wasn't real, and he basically took a completely different position. But now, all of a sudden on the debate stage, he comes out and says that climate change is a complete hoax, and he did get some boost from that. And I'm just going to be honest. Me personally, I 100%, I'm not going to say I think, I know that climate change is real. And I will be honest, I do like Vivek Ramaswamy. There are some things that I like about him. But when you start saying crazy stuff like climate change is a hoax, that's when you lose me. It's like, that's just ridiculous. Like, the world is clearly getting hotter. The scientists, everything that they said has clearly been happening. I live in Chicago, where it's traditionally cold. Our summers have been hotter. Our winters have been hotter. And we have seen numerous scientific papers and different news articles and different things like that that have come out and basically said that this past summer was the hottest summer ever in the world. And if you're one of those people who want to debate the scientists on that, you can go ahead and do whatever the heck you want to do. But I can tell you right now, just from my personal experience, climate change is absolutely real. It's affecting us every day, and we got to do something about it, okay? I think that's really all I got. Oh, the last thing I want to say is Chris Christie and Tim Scott were so terrible in the debate. I think they should drop out. They were just awful. I mean, my God, Tim Scott talks way too slow. He's boring. I have no idea what this guy's message is. And that's really what these debates are all about. And that's really what a campaign is all about, as somebody who used to run political campaigns. What is your message? And is your message resonating with the American people? Not only is Tim Scott's message not resonating, I don't even know what this guy's message is. I don't even know why he's running. Chris Christie, God bless him, he did horrible in the debate. He completely bombed. He was terrible. He didn't really do much of anything. Maybe he would have done better had Trump been there, because that's kind of the way he's branding himself. But I'm going to be honest with you, he kind of contradicted himself, because he's so against Trump and he hates Trump. But they asked the question of, if Trump got convicted, would you still support him as nominee for president if he got convicted of crimes in the court of law and sentenced to jail? Everybody raised their hand for the most part, except for like one person. I forgot who it was. And Chris Christie like halfway raised his hand. And I think that's the one way where Vivek really got over on a lot of the different candidates, because Vivek was just straight to the answers. As soon as Vivek was asked certain questions, he immediately answered the questions. He wasn't doing all this looking around, trying to see what everybody's going to do. He just straight up said, this is how I feel about this. This is how I feel about that. Now, the one thing about Vivek is, after watching last night's debate, I'm like 90% certain that he has no real interest in running for president. I think he's gunning for a cabinet position. I mean, this guy is just a Trump suck-up. Let's just be honest. Like, he never goes against Donald Trump in anything. All he does is praise him. And, you know, I wish they would have asked this question last night in the debate, but, you know, you had a lot of people who said that, you know, Trump is great. Like, everybody was afraid to go after Trump. Everybody except for Chris Christie was afraid to go after Trump. And then you had people like Vivek, who was basically saying that Trump is great. He's the greatest president we've ever seen. And I wish the interviewers, the people in charge of the panel, would have asked the question of, okay, well, if Trump is so great, why are you running? That's kind of the way that I look at Vivek. It's like, there's really no point in Vivek running, because honestly, the only reason why it would make sense for somebody like Vivek or some of these other candidates to run is if something happens to Donald Trump where he can no longer run for president. That would be the only thing that will make sense in my opinion. But besides that, I just don't see a reason for any of them to run at this point, especially since all they do is just cuddle up to Donald Trump, because Donald Trump has the entire Republican base. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts regarding the entire Republican presidential debate. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.